Hi guys, this is going to be an update about what's going on aboard the boat and also a quick update on my upcoming trip to the US. I got the quote from the carpet guy last Monday and I was sort of blown away. Now I know the price of the carpet per square meter, but it turns out that the price of the carpet was roughly 1/6 of the final price. Sure, I'd asked them to quote me a price including a nice stitched edge around the carpet, but I know other stores that offer that service, and for a carpet this size, that would be roughly $40. So if I add up those two numbers, the price of the carpet and the price of the stitched edge, that's still under $200. So what do you think the final quote I received was for? $940 US. I mean, that's, to me, that is insanity. That's way too expensive. You guys have seen pictures of my boat. You know how tiny the cabin sole is. Now the guy called while I was in a meeting, so he left a voicemail, and I think that's a good thing, because if he had given me that quote directly, I wouldn't have been able to restrain myself. So immediately after hearing his voicemail, I drove down to a carpet store in the city where I work, and they sold me a scrap piece of carpet that's suited for use aboard a boat for $20. I'm sure this piece of scrap carpet wasn't long enough to cover the entire length of the cabin sole, so I'd sort of have to slice and dice to make it cover the entire area. But hey, that's okay. The main objective here is to figure out how much of a difference having a carpet on the cabin sole is going to make. Sure, I'd love it if it looked pretty, but not to the tune of $940. So I spent about 30 minutes or so doing a template of the cabin sole, and I spent about another hour, I guess, tracing the outline of the template onto the carpet and cutting the carpet. And going by those numbers, the carpet guy I received the quote from has an hourly rate of, well, $600. Well, I'm clearly in the wrong line of work, that's all I'm gonna say. Now, I'm not gonna do a how-to on how I made the template and how I cut the carpet. I think Alfie over at Life is Like Sailing has already done a great video on this topic, so I'm simply just gonna include a link for his video down in the description, so you guys can head over and check out his video if you want to. Oh yeah, Yule got a new friend yesterday. I was in the clubhouse and this little guy showed up. Now normally Yule isn't too keen on smaller dogs, but that definitely wasn't the case with this one. They had a great time. I'm very glad Yule got a new friend here at the marina, and I hope we'll run into him again soon. Last weekend I put up the Hella fan you see over there in the corner. When I first switched on the fan, I was seeing a lot of vibrations. They weren't really audible, but I could both see and feel the fan vibrating. Well, that seems to have fixed itself, which is both kind of weird and ominous, so I'll continue to keep an eye on the fan. Now I am definitely seeing less of a temperature difference between the air up here and the air down by the cabin sole while the fan is on. So I think the combination of having some sort of fan and the carpet is going to be amazing. Now, a couple of comments suggested that I should look into getting a speed controller, or perhaps using some of the kind of fans that are used in computers. And I think both are really interesting alternatives, so I'll be looking into those. A quick update on my upcoming trip to the US. I'll be arriving in Austin on the 29th of May. I'll be there for a week attending a conference. And now while I'm in Austin, I won't have time to do a lot of stuff because of the conference, but I'd love to get your suggestions on sort of places to eat and must-see things. After the conference, a colleague and I are most likely going to be driving down to New Orleans, and on the 10th of June he'll be heading back to Denmark and I'll be heading to New York City. I plan on spending a week or two in or around New York City, and while I'm there I may have a chance to go aboard a West Sail 42 and also a Tiana 37. Both boats are owned by some very friendly people. Now the plans aren't final yet, but it would be really awesome to get to check out some of the American kind of style boats that we don't normally see over here in Europe. I do have a sort of soft spot for those classic American cruising boats, and for sure my next boat is going to be a full-bred cruising boat, not a racer cruiser like this one. So if you've got any kind of recommendations or suggestions on where to eat or stuff to do in the places I've just mentioned, I'd love to hear them, and just leave a comment down below. Oh, I almost forgot, as you can probably tell. I wanted to mention the storm we had here last weekend. It was named Egon, and it caused the sea level to rise to 1.8 meters above its normal level. That caused a lot of flooding, and that in turn caused a lot of people to drive by the marina to check out the high sea level. I spent the weekend aboard the boat, so I was sort of trapped out there on the dock. So I took Yule for a walk on the dock, and we stood watching all of the people driving by. So it turns out that one of my colleagues was actually here at the marina taking some photos, and when he got back home, he discovered that I was in 2 of his photos. Which is kind of cool, having a photo of me stranded out on my deserted island. Okay guys, that's it for this time. As always, feel free to leave a comment, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. See you! Hi guys, this is going to be an update. No? An update. Yeah. Hi guys, this is going to be a more than 1/6 of the price. Nope. Also, on my upcoming trip to the US, nice, including a nice stitched edge. Turn out to be slightly less, slightly more. Another quick update. Nope. I add up the price of the carpet to the nope. That's dog hairs.